Hey guys, Panzer J back here with Operation Big Red 1. It's turn 8.8 and 8.9 for the KMT in the United States, January of 1940. So let's get into the KMT portion of the turn. They have $3 to spend, and they're going to spend all of it on a single infantry. We have no combat, it's just non-combat. So, from Yunnan, this army, which is going to consist of 1 mountain, 1 cavalry, 6 artillery, and 15 of our 18 infantry, are all going to move up 1 to Kwichau. I'll put those 2 militia that are already there on the card. So they move up to Kwichau. So let's put those 2 militia down. And then the infantry that's in Sikang is going to move down 1 to Yunnan. And that's it. Okay, so for the unit placement, we just got the 1 infantry. That's going to go down in Yunnan. Okay. So for disposition, Sikang now has a militia. Kwichau has 2 militia, 1 cavalry, 1 mountain, 15 infantry, 6 artillery. Yunnan has 3 militia and 5 infantry. So that's it for the KMT. They spent everything. They're sitting at $1. The Burma Road's now closed. They don't get that, so they just have $1. A whole $1 to spend next turn. Great. Okay, let's go to the U.S. They have $42 to spend. They got convoyed for 3. I think we're spending all of it. So we're going to lend-lease England a fighter for 10. We're going to finish the major port in Puerto Rico for 3. That's 13. A naval transport for 7 is 20. And then our infantry class units, because this is the first turn we're at war with a major power, they're minus 1 IPP. So we were at 20, and we got 4 militia for $4. That's 24. 2 Marines for 6 is 30. We're going to buy 2 artillery for 4. That's 38. And 2 infantry for 4 is 42. So we spend everything. Okay, for tech rolls, we're going to go for improved construction, 7 or higher, jets, 8 or higher, long-range aircraft, 8 or higher, large ship construction, 8 or higher, and then heavy strat bombers and rockets, both 9 or higher. Okay, so let's try for construction first. An 8, we succeed. Jets, an 11, we succeed. How about long range? A 6, missed that. Large ship, a 2, we missed that. Strat bombers, a 12, we succeed there. And rockets, an 8, ooh, just missed it. Okay, so again, 3 out of 6 again. So in construction, jets, and strat bombers. So construction goes to 3, jets goes to 2, and strat bombers goes to 3. Okay, so that is it. So combat, we don't have any combat now because I don't believe I can reach any of the subs for my seaplane base, I don't think. Well, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I don't think I can reach. So, I don't believe, and that was going to be our only combat. Okay, so how about non-combat? We're going to go ahead and take this naval transport here off of Washington out of port, and it's going to move up 1 into port in New York. We're going to rail the infantry in Washington up to New York. We're going to take a destroyer off of escort duty in A19 and in A18. And they're going to come, well, the 1 in 19 is going to come over 1, 2. The 1 in 18 is just going to come down 1. They'll go on port there in New York and A25. These 2 coastal subs in A37 are going to come over 1 to A38. Our medium bomber in New York, we got to move in a 6. Can we make it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's going to land in Gibraltar. How about our fleet here in A41? We're going to take the fleet sub, a heavy cruiser, and one of the 2 light cruisers. And they're going to come over 1, 2, 3 to A44. So that's a fleet sub, a heavy cruiser, and a light cruiser. The remaining ships here in A41, that's 2 battleships, a light cruiser, and a destroyer. They're going to come over 1, 2 to P76. I think that's it on this side of the world. Over here, we got these 2 coastal subs in P25. They're going to come out 1 to P24. We got 2 naval transports in port here in P25. They're going to pick up the 3 infantry and the 1 light armor in San Francisco, and come over 1, 2, go in port in Hawaii, dropping off those 3 infantry and that light armor. We got 2 tactical bombers at an air base in San Francisco. They're going to go 1, 2, come all the way over here, 3, 4, 5, and land in Washington, D.C. I think that's it. I think that's all of our moves. Okay, so how about unit placement? We'll finish off the major port here in Puerto Rico. We've got our Lend-Lease British fighter, can leave New York, make its way up through Canada, and then over to southern England. We've got 2 artillery. They're going to go down in New York. We got 2 infantry. They're going to go down in Washington, D.C. Everything else is the Pacific. Okay, so we got a naval transport, 2 Marines. So here in port in P25 in San Francisco is going to be the naval transport. The 2 Marines go in San Francisco. And then we got our 4 militia. So we're going to put 1 here on Guam, 1 here in Wake, 1 here on Midway, and 1 on a 2 Kisk. Okay, so that should be it for unit placement. How about some income? So we spent everything. We're sitting at 62. But then we collect our 12 bonus for having all our American territories there. So that's what, 74. So 74 is what we'll have for next turn. So let's do a unit recap. There's a militia each on the southern Philippine island, Guam, Wake, Midway, and a 2 Kisk. In port in Hawaii is 2 naval transports, 2 battleships, a heavy cruiser, 3 destroyers. On Hawaii is a light armor, a militia, an AA gun, a fighter, and 4 infantry. There's 2 coastal subs in P24. In port in San Francisco is a naval transport. In San Francisco is 2 Marines. Over in the Atlantic, we've got a fleet carrier, a heavy cruiser, and a light cruiser in A44. We've got 2 coastal subs in A38, the seaplanes on Puerto Rico. We got a medium bomber in Gibraltar. We've got one destroyer each on escort duty in A-18 and A-19. The remnants of our fleet in P-76 consist of, or not P-76. What is that? I guess it is P-76. That's going to be 2 battleships, a light cruiser, and a destroyer. Washington, D.C. has a militia, 2 infantry, and 2 tactical bombers. In Port New York are 3 naval transports and 2 destroyers. And in New York, you have a militia, 3 infantry, and 3 artillery. So that should be it for the KMT United States. Turning things over now to Hambone and Germany.